the simple things that we take granted for. Man, going to bed when we wanted to and getting up when we wanted to and eating when we wanted to.
My parents would sleep in the front and my brothers would sleep in the middle and the girls would sleep in the back.
Or at least a few times having to wake up and find a restroom or somewhere to clean them up real quick so they can go to school.
When you're homeless, you lose your dignity. You lose the ability to take a shower when you want to sit at the dinner table with your family, to do homework with your children. Those things are gone.
We were at a good point in our lives, me and Terrence. I had a house, I had a home, and just for it to just go all the way, and I didn't want this for my son.
I was doing baseball practice, and you get your normal sores and cramps, but something was just unusual going on with my back.
When he told me what was going on, I was like, okay, it's time for us to go to the emergency room. And that's when they came back and they told us that he had a tumor.
I was in and out of treatment for 4 months. My mom had to go on family medical leave because she had to take care of me when I was throwing up because of chemo or I was weak.
When I found out that Terrence had cancer, I said, I've been the breadwinner all of his life, so how am I gonna do this? And so it was hard to leave my job, but I had to be there, so I had to let everything go for the life of my child.
It was scary because that was like the first time that I was homeless and didn't know if it was, okay. Didn't know how we were gonna get back on our feet.
I didn't want me and Terrence to live on the street. And so that's when I called Mary's Place. They made me feel welcome.
At Mary's Place, we view housing as a universal human right, and the goal is when families enter shelter that we start working them right away on getting into housing.
So we pair you with employment specialists. We talk about your financial status and where you are and what you need to do so that you can move forward into housing. Last year, the No Child Sleeps Outside campaign rallied around these homeless families. And so Mary's Place opened up 280 more beds. We were able to hire diversion specialists that are working with families. And then we hired housing locators to make sure that we had the capacity to move people forward. And that was a gift from our community.
Our choices do affect what happens in life. That said, there are lots and lots of things that are out of our control. There's so many families who are just one lost job or one medical emergency away from experiencing homelessness.
I'm supposed to work and Arnold's supposed to be in college. But in the middle of that, I have an accident. So I was forcing my body. Finally, I told my doctor, my body, I can't.
I was devastated. I had to let go of the college. I had to.
In that time, we are living day by day. Sometimes I cannot afford the motels. We stay in the truck.
That was one of the hardest things, just to see them, in the car, cold, freezing, and holy smokes.
We have the capacity to help families from various stages of homelessness. Diversion meets families where they are, and then the goal is to divert families from shelter and so that they can ideally get into permanent housing.
A lot of shelters don't help families. They help only the mother. I cannot leave my husband and my oldest son outside when we are over here in the worm. I can't. We are a family, we are together. So Mary's Place opened the door for us.
We're very grateful that Mary's Place gave us a spot so our kids could have a normal life.
I've learned a lot going through this these last 3 years. I learned that what we think that's important, it's not important at all. What matters is knowing that no matter what, we're gonna have each other's back and making sure that people are okay. and help them get to where they have to go.
There's still more kids in cars, more kids in cardboard homes, more kids on wet sidewalks that need to come in tonight. And although Mary's Place is expanding shelter capacity, it's not enough. We simply do not have enough resources on our own to do that right now. But together, we can do better. Children do not have to sleep outside.